Hello, hello. Hello, welcome in. Come here, come here. I got to tell you something. Black nepotism is black survival. I'm going to say that again. Black nepotism is black survival. Okay, remember that for the end of this story. So, this is my last, well, next to the last installation in my comparisons between the Sinners movie Multiverse and the Cowboy Carter multiverse. So, as we know, we are in a Black Renaissance right now in May 2025, and we are blessed to have two great pieces of art taking place at the same time. And one would be the movie Sinners, produced and directed by Ryan Coogler and his family, and of course, the Cowboy Carter tour, orchestrated by Beyonce and her family. Now, the concept of nepotism as Black survival, both endeavors are somewhat family oriented and are empowering the Black family. Ryan Coogler produced Sinners with his wife, Zenzi. And of course, he was inspired by his uncle who loved the blues. And that's what inspired the story of Sinners, particularly this song, Wang Dang Doodle, which his grandfather loved. So he turned this into this beautiful, intriguing story about a group of family members in Clarksdale, Mississippi. So of course you have a family trying to start a black business, which are Smoke and Stack, twins, right? And so they are trying to create enterprise from, I guess, an act of crime and then turning into a legitimate business, which would be a juke joint, right? And so they have recruited a lot of family and friends. The first person they recruit is their cousin Sammy to be the star of the show, which with of course his guitar skills, and then they reach back into the community and grab Annie and Cornbread and Delta Slim and all the black people that they know who need to make some money so they could have this great party and they could all benefit from it. Now, I think had it not be had it not been interrupted by those vampires, the juke joint would have been the Cowboy Carter tour of 1932. This juke joint, a traveling juke joint, would have been the Cowboy Carter tour of 1932. Ironically, 1932 was just 1 year before my father was born. My dad was born in 1933. And of course, he was a jazz musician. And so, as for the Cowboy Carter tour, now that's an act of, and that involves Black enterprise as well. You could say that like Smoke and Stack, JHC started out as a drug dealer. So he started out doing something illegal, changed his life, parlayed the money into a grand institution, Rock Nation, and of course with Beyonce, Parkwood Entertainment. And they produced the Cowboy Carter tour. And of course, Beyonce has her family members on the road. She has her daughters, Blue and Rumi, of course, in the show. And she's been doing shows concurrently with the book tour of her mother, Tina, and perhaps other family is involved. I don't know. But so that's where I say that promoting your own family members, keeping the wealth in the family, creating generational wealth, of course, is survival, y'all. I'm from Gen X, and a lot of the bands in our era became disconnected from our families members. I don't know why, maybe greed, maybe ego, but you find talented family members branching off and starting whole other organizations and maybe not speaking to other family members. So you didn't see this dynamic where you're creating great art and then also producing generational wealth. So unfortunately, unfortunately, your family members don't end up homeless, living in trailers. You know, going from being at the top performing up there and then ending up with nothing. So I'm glad this generation is taking measures to ensure that this doesn't happen, that generational wealth is created. And as you can see in the movie Sinners, Sammy continued the legacy by becoming a great traveling blues musician. He continued the legacy of Smoke and Stack. And Beyonce, of course, in her show Cowboy Carter, is bringing back the, calling on the ancestors. Like, I don't know if you could see this button. This is Sister Rosetta Thorpe. Linda Martell, Frankie Beverly, in her show, she's reaching back and paying homage to the ancestors and honoring their legacies and continuing the tradition of Black enterprise and Black excellence. So yes, so um, if you got anything from this video, it's that Black nepotism is Black survival. Black nepotism is Black survival. Peace out.